The issue of know your customer or client is precisely the reason why at a certain level it becomes a suspicious transaction. Kaya po hindi ako naniniwala na that our law does not provide for that. But having said that, you know, all these things happened recently. Since the POGO came into our shores, all these things suddenly happened. Now, you know, I am disappointed, for the record, at the statement today of Pagcor saying that we are in favor of POGO continuing in our shores because of the income we earn. Such a short-term, short-range statement. The social problems, Mr. Sevilla, that POGO has brought to our country is not worth the regulation fees that you earn from Pagcor. Let me tell you that right in your face. For 8 billion pesos as fees that you get, you're saying that they should be here. You heard, you saw what happened in multinational village. You saw what this prostitution rings have happened, and these are all connected to POGO. You know, that statement, I must say, is such a stupid statement that indicates the kind of mindset we have. Basta pera pumasok, kahit na lahat ay magiging we can all these things we can tolerate all these things. Now, first, it is common knowledge that the revenues that we generate from Pagcor is nothing compared to this from POGOs, nothing compared to the social problems that occurs because of this. But does AMLC have a risk assessment of these POGOs?
We have conducted two sectoral risk assessments on POGOs, Mr. Chair.
And what does it say? What is your conclusion?
Well, the first sectoral risk assessment is a study on the financial flow of POGOs as well as their service providers. Our study saw that there are 54 billion transactions flowing within the banking system.
54
billion
transactions.
That includes inflow and outflow of funds.
Yes.
And the net inflow would be only 7 billion pesos.
The what?
The net inflow, when you deduct the inflow and outflow,
so
is 7 billion.
would your assessment, what is the effect of the POGO on our economy? Is it something that worth it? Is it something that would be significant?
Comparing that to our economy, which is an 18.6 trillion economy, Mr. Chair, the 54 billion financial flow would only represent 0.04% or 0.29% of our economy. 0.29%, Mr. Chair.
Less than 1/3 of 1%.
Yes, po.
That's what POGO generates.
Yes, sir.
Is it worth all these problems that we face?
We're just an implementer, Mr. Chair.
Okay. But in other words, what?
Sorry.
Sorry that I asked that question. Just got carried away. But can you imagine the POGO, the fees generated by Pagcor out of the POGO operation is less than 1/3 of 1% of our economy. Yet, all the social problems that are caused by the POGO really points to the policy of stopping this POGO operation because it is not worth what we see as the adverse effects on our society. You don't even know where this money is going. $386 million, according to the findings of our chairman, $633 million. We do not even know where this went. And yet, Pagcor is saying, no, we should allow POGO to stay because of the 8 billion that we realize out of the licensing fee that we issued. In fact, later on, I'll raise questions on that. But just on the point of policy, I think there is no sense in continuing with these POGO operations licensing, which we cannot control, with only 0.029% of our economy contributed by POGO. Nothing if we look at the overall social effects of this POGO operation.